Hello students, welcome to revision section part 4. Here we will discuss some important questions from chapter number 3 Plant Kingdom based on pteridophytes and gymnosperms. This is question number 1. The spread of pteridophytes is limited and restricted to narrow geographical regions. Why? Because of two main reasons, pteridophytes are restricted to narrow geographical regions. Number 1, they require cool, damp and shady place to grow, and second, they require water for fertilization. So these two are the main reasons for which the pteridophytes are restricted to narrow geographical regions. Question number 2. Name two pteridophytes where sporophylls are organized into cones or strobili. The two pteridophytes are Selaginella and Equisetum, where sporophylls are organized into cones. You can see the diagram number 1 of Selaginella and diagram number 2 of Equisetum showing cones. Pteridophytes में sporangia present होते हैं and they are covered by leaf-like appendages called as sporophyll. Come to question number 3. Name the class of pteridophytes to which Selaginella and Equisetum belongs. Selaginella belongs to class Lycopsida and Equisetum belongs to class Sphenopsida. And note important point, there are two more classes of pteridophytes. One is Psilopsida to which Xylotum belongs and second is Pteropsida to which Dryopteris belongs. Question number 4. Name one pteridophyte, each that has A. microphylls and B. macrophylls. Microphylls or small leaves are present in Lycopodium and Selaginella. Macrophylls or large leaves are present in Dryopteris and Pteris. Question number 5. Differentiate between homosporous and heterosporous pteridophytes. See the table. See the first difference. Homosporous pteridophyte produce one type of spore. See the diagram A showing one type of spore. In heterosporous pteridophytes, two types of spores are formed. One is microspore and second is megaspore. See the two types of spores in diagram B. Come to second difference. In homosporous pteridophytes, spore develop to form prothallus bearing antheridia and archegonia. An example of homosporous pteridophyte is Dryopteris. In heterosporous pteridophytes, microspore form male gametophyte while megaspore form female gametophyte. An example of these pteridophytes are Selaginella and Salvinia. Question number 6. Write the characteristic features of sporophyte and gametophyte of pteridophytes. See diagram A. It is sporophyte. It is a main plant body of pteridophytes and it is a diploid stage. True roots, stems and leaves are present. Well differentiated vascular tissue means xylem and phloem are also present. And note important point, they are the first terrestrial plant having vascular tissue. Now see the features of gametophyte, which is a haploid stage. It is multicellular, free living, can do photosynthesis and thalloid-like structure. It bears antheridia and archegonia. Remember, antheridia will form male gametes and archegonia will form female gametes. Come to question number 7. Which event in pteridophytes is a precursor to the seed habit? In pteridophytes, the development of zygote into young embryo takes place within female gametophyte. This is the event which is precursor to the seed habit and evolution में यह बहुत important step माना जाता है. Question number 8. In which plant will you look for mycorrhiza and coralloid roots? also explain what these terms mean. Mycorrhiza is seen in Pinus, see diagram A, and coralloid roots are seen in Cycas, see diagram B. Now, what is mycorrhiza? It is the symbiotic association of fungus with the roots of higher plants. Symbiotic means live together for the benefit of each other. Fungus क्या करता है? Fungus provide करता है moisture to the plant and plant give nourishment to the fungus. So that's how they live together. Now, coralloid roots are special roots which are associated with nitrogen fixing cyanobacteria. Come to question number 9. Name tallest gymnosperm tree. It is sequoia. See its height in picture 1. Question number 10. In which gymnosperms branched and unbranched stems are present? Branched stems are found in Pinus. See picture 2 showing branched stem of Pinus, and unbranched stem are found in Cycas. See picture 3 showing unbranched stem of Cycas. Question 11. A part of the question देखिए. Name one gymnosperm in which the male and female cones or strobili are born on the same plant and on different plants respectively. In Pinus, both male and female cones are present on the same plant. See the lower diagram of Pinus plant. And in Cycas, both male and female cones are present on different plants. You can see male and female cones of Cycas in the upper diagram. B part of the question. Where are pollen grains formed in the gymnosperms? Pollen grains are formed in the microsporangia present on microsporophylls of male cones. Come to question number 12. What are male strobili and female strobili in gymnosperms? The strobili bearing microsporophyll and microsporangia are male cones or male strobili, and the strobili bearing megasporophylls with ovules or megasporangia are called as female cones or female strobili. Here, note some important points about gymnosperms. There are 4 main divisions of gymnosperm. Number 1, Coniferophyta, which are also called as conifers, and it includes pine, cedar, spruce and fir. Cycadophyta, which includes cycads, and Zincagophyta, which include zincago, and Gnatophyta. And note interesting point about zincago. It is extremely old plant and believed to have survived 200 million years. Only its one species survived today. Chinese and Japanese cared for this species in their garden. It is resistant to insects, pollution and diseases. So that's all for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Subscribe the channel to get the information about my new video. Thank you so much.